Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm JC and today's video is going to be about focusing on your mental health throughout Nano. Let's face it, writing a novel in 30 days is a ton of pressure. Sometimes you don't always know when you need to take a break or you try to push yourself a little harder even though you know you shouldn't. So I've come up with 7 ways that I know help me deal with mental health issues during times of immense pressure. Hopefully some of them, if not all of them, will help you. Yeah, so number 1 is to create a routine or create a plan. I'm a very routine person, so this one isn't really hard for me, but I have to have a routine for Nano because otherwise there's absolutely no way I can write a novel in 30 days. So my routine doesn't exactly stay the same as before Nano because I have to switch things up a bit. And oddly enough, it is a routine that pushes me out of my comfort zone because it makes me have to be a morning person. And my routine changes for Nano specifically because I don't know how to put this. I write a little more, not necessarily better, but I write a little more, or maybe better. I'm not sure. Sometimes it's better. Anyway, I write a little more in the morning. I'm a little more productive when I can actually pull myself out of the bed in the morning. It actually makes my day a lot more productive. Granted, my creativity strikes more at night in terms of ideas and just things out of the blue popping into my head. But because the whole day has happened, and I've done client work and done other writing work and admin stuff and mommy duties around the house and just chores and cleaning up around the house and dinner. By the end of the day, while my brain is ready to write, but my body physically is like, yeah, no, this is not the time because you're tired. You don't know you're tired, but you're tired. But my brain likes to argue and be like, no, but we're not tired. So yeah, the morning time is actually more productive, not necessarily more creatively inspired, but more productive in terms of effectively getting things done. So my Nano routine reflects the morning change. Number 2, play or read something inspiring or motivational before you start your writing session. I like to read inspirational quotes or listen to a motivational message on either YouTube or Spotify, or just a nice inspirational meaningful song just before I kind of start anything during the day, because it gets me in the right frame of mind, positive thinking, and kind of just prepares me mentally for the day, because your thoughts hold so much power, and if you don't have a positive frame of mind going into the day, I feel like that can kind of change the direction of your day. And so I like to make sure I give myself all the positive vibes in the morning or before I start my writing session. It helps, and frankly, with everything going on in the world these days, a little more positivity couldn't hurt. So yeah. Number 3, do not edit as you go. I'm not really an edit as you go kind of person anyway. One might think that to have a cleaner, well, it's not really possible to edit as you go if you're trying to write a novel in 30 days. It's just not. But I know there are some people, lots of writers, who prefer to edit as they go along. I'm not knocking it. I'm a perfectionist. I know this about myself. So if I stop and go back and edit everything I wrote the day before, no writing would get done on that day. So it is kind of counterproductive for me to edit as I go. I don't really, I think I've said it in a different video before, I don't really read what I wrote the day before. I might read the last line or the last paragraph, or if I try not to stop in the middle of a scene, but if I stop in the middle of a scene because I'm just kind of, I don't know where the direction to take the scene in from a certain point, I might go back and read over the entire scene again, but I don't really read over the whole chapter or whatever words I wrote the day before, because that would take a lot of time. Not saying it's not worth it, but I'm a perfectionist. I'd be like, ooh, that's wrong and that's wrong, and then I wouldn't move forward, and there's no way I would write it out in 30 days if I do that. So for my sanity, I do not edit as I go, because it would drive me crazy. So that is my advice. Keep moving forward. Maybe read over the last line, the last paragraph, the last scene if you need, but just keep forward. Number 4, try journaling before you start your day. There's this book called The Artist's Way. It's a practice, really, and I haven't done it in years. I am going to start doing the morning pages again, because I've never really been a journaling type of person, but as I get older, I think it would be more beneficial to kind of get some of those anxious thoughts or worrying thoughts that I have in the morning out before I get into my creative project, so that hopefully it will allow me to tap more into my creativity. So journaling could be a good practice. I know some of you here already do that. So I'm going to try to see if I can get myself into journaling. We'll see how that goes. Number 5, don't compare your progress to everyone else's. I think that's kind of like, it's almost like you can't really help to compare, but you shouldn't compare, because it's not really good for your mental health. It's always going to be someone who's at a higher level of doing something than you are, or someone who is doing the same thing you're doing. They might just have a different method that works better for them, and y'all just might not work on the same pace, and it's fine. You're not going to be as far along as someone else is always going to be. Someone else is probably looking at you like, oh my God, you're so much further along than I need to be. So comparison is a really dangerous game to play. I feel like I can only compare myself to the writer or person I was the day before or the week before, because I'm kind of, if I looked at everyone else's work and effort and progress, I think that would make me so depressed, because there are so many people that are further ahead than me, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I won't eventually get there. Our pace is just different. It doesn't mean that their way of doing things is wrong or my way of doing things is wrong. It's just different, and it's fine. And you shouldn't drive yourself crazy worrying about what someone else is doing, because all the time you're spending worrying about what they're doing is time away from what you're supposed to be doing. So, eyes forward, focus on your work. Number 6, exercise. Now, I believe I've said here before that I needed to get back into working out because I have fallen off since lockdown. And as you can tell, I really need to be working out, but I'm not trying to go to nobody's gym. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be that person that's just gonna panic about every place, but the gym is different. I mean, people and sweating, and I know the gym I go to, they're supposed to wipe down the machines. They don't always do that. They didn't always do that before quarantine. And people don't seem to understand what social distancing means. So I just can't see. I can't do the gym as much as I miss the gym. The whole reason I started going to the gym was because it's super hard for me to work out at home. Working out at home, granted, a few years ago when I first, debate on whether I should say this or not because it's deeply personal, but I'm not gonna get into the exact amount that I weighed when I first started my weight loss journey. It was a lot. That first year when I decided that I needed to be healthier and I needed to make sure I was around for my child, I lost 100 pounds in that first year. Your first 100 pounds, it sounds crazy, but it's actually the easiest to lose because, well, especially if you're pleasantly plump. I'm just gonna say that. It wasn't pleasant at the time, but that's how I look at it now. But your first 100 is because it's a lot of it's water weight. I'm not saying it's easy. It's never easy to lose weight, period. But after that first 100, you kind of hit a wall. So that first 100 that I did, I did it by doing Tae-Bo. Pretty much Billy Blank's Tae-Bo. That I had a DVD. I did that every night while my daughter was asleep, and for 30 minutes, and then I increased it to 45 minutes, and then I got to an hour, and then I would just do that. Might not have been every night. Might have been 3 nights a week because every night would have been a lot. And then I did other little things, and on the days that I didn't do the cardio part, there was another workout DVD that had like other like stretches and stuff that, whatever. But after that first 100, I was like, okay, I need to go to the gym. I've hit a wall. Working out at home is not working anymore. Plus, I kept getting distracted with all of the stuff that needed to be done around the house. This is why I hate working out at home or trying to, because it's always something in the house to be done, especially when you're a parent. So it's super, super hard. And I loved going to the gym. It was a time away from my house that I didn't have to fold laundry or wash clothes or do the dishes or worry about what I was gonna fix for dinner or clean up after my daughter. And it was just time for me. And then I got to work out. I got to work out some ideas in my head, and it was great. And then the world shut down, and well, there have been a few car accidents and things in between there that made me that made working out harder. But now I had just recovered from an injury when I was ready to go back to the gym, and then the world shut down. So, all that to say, I've actually found a few workout things on YouTube. One of my subscribers actually left a lot of suggestions and another video of a few different YouTube workout things so I can get back into the habit of working out. It's just going to be hard to not think about all of the stuff around the house that needs to be done while I'm working out. But I'm going to start doing that. So then that's going to be one of the things in my routine during Nano. And number 7, read. I love to read. I don't feel, my personal opinion, and Stephen King's opinion also, I don't feel like you can be as good a writer as you could be if you don't read enough. It's not saying that you can't be a good writer without reading, but I feel like the more you read, the better your writing gets. I don't know how to explain it, but reading just makes me better. Plus, I like the escape. I like to read any chance I get. I try to at least squeeze a half hour of reading in every single day because it's very important to me. I actually get really I get a little upset with myself if I don't find that 30 minutes in the day to read. I try to take my book with me. If I'm cooking something and it's something that I'm waiting to boil, I can read a few pages while the water's boiling. Or if I'm waiting for something to cook in the oven that I'm baking, read a few pages while I'm waiting for dinner to cook. That's actually usually one of the times when I go to cook dinner. While dinner is cooking, I try to squeeze in a little bit of reading if I don't have admin stuff to do and others writing stuff to do that's like I have to do right then and there. Then I try to squeeze in a little reading while I'm cooking. If I'm waiting for water to boil for my tea, I try to read a little bit then. If I'm waiting for the coffee to brew all the way, I try to read a little bit then. I really try really hard. So it's so frustrating that I can't read faster. But reading, it's very important. It allows you a little bit of downtime mentally, creatively. So yeah, reading. And I have 2 bonus things that you can do for your mental health that work for most people, but they do not work for me. Just because I'm just okay. Bonus number 1 is connect with other people. I'm an extreme introvert, as I've said here before. People drain me. About as much connection as I get is here on this writing community, and that's good enough. And there are times when that's a little too much too. So I really get charged up when I'm alone. So the whole connecting with other people thing, that doesn't work for me, but I know a ton of people that it would work for. So if that's your jam, that's another thing. And go outside. I don't like the outdoors. If there was a shuttle or some kind of tunneled, automated like escalator thing that I could use to get from my front door to my car so that I never have to actually touch the outside, I would use it, like on the Jetsons. But anyway, I would use that. I don't like the outdoors. I'm not an outdoor person. The outdoors is not my friend. Yeah, but I know a lot of you like the outdoors. I mean, I will from time to time step out on my balcony. So that's about it. I mean, obviously I go outside, clearly. But do I like to go outside? No. Would I choose to go outside if I did not have to? Probably not. Honestly, if I wasn't so picky about my groceries, I would actually have my groceries delivered. Because it's a lot to go to the grocery store. I have bad knees, bad back. It's a lot. And yeah, it kind of takes me out for the whole day when I go to the grocery store. But I do not like other people picking out my food. I'm very, very picky about that. So yeah, I don't do grocery deliveries. But if I wasn't so picky, I would, because then I wouldn't have to leave the house. This is why quarantine is perfect for me. I don't have to explain to anyone why I'm not going anywhere. You already know why. I'm just not. And I don't have to feel bad about it. So that's it for this video. And I hope some of these helped you or gave you some ideas on what could work for you as far as making sure you take care of your mental health throughout NaNaoWriMo. If you like this video, hit the like and subscribe button, and let me know in the comments what are some of the things that you do to take care of your mental health. What resources do you use? And does Nano stress you out as much as it stresses out most of us? Till next time, have a blessed day. Bye.